So I'm back again with another video. I'm trying my best to get out of my comfort zone of talking to people and talking to a phone, which you are listening to, watching me. I'm gonna share my nifty little setup. Huge shout out to Carlos Myers, owner of Show You Productions, for having me on this show. So yeah, let's get into it. I've got this little DM3. It's a nifty little guy. Love it. Obviously, for some of you guys who know I do a lot more bigger console stuff. But this little guy does Dante, which is amazing, and I love it. It has all the EQs that I need. It's got enough outputs. Over here, I've got my RUIO, switches. Huge shout out to CTM. They make really awesome in-ear monitors. Over here, I've got two computers. I've got this one, kind of has some Shure control on it. I mainly play music off of this one, and it's on the Dante network as well. Over here, this is something new that most of us haven't seen. The Yamaha DRZs. They make this cool little thing where we can control a whole lot on their speakers. They also come Dante. I'll show you them in a little bit and how I'm routing them. Over here, this is the computer I really use for control, and as some of you can see, I'm running VST rack on here. Just to get some stuff going on the speakers mic. I'm running this Dante. It's going from the console into my RUIO, into here, back into the console. And if this happens to crash, I've got this nifty little button here that goes bypass. So if we're engaged and I unplug it, it goes bypass. And I am running this via Dante. Hold on. It would stop working now. Okay. So yeah, there are my inserts. And so it's just being inserted in. I am also running parallels on this computer. I'm asking it to do a lot, so it did great today. Dante interface, everything I've got is on the Dante network. Here are our speakers. I've got 4 of them, and I've got 3 dual Axients. Here's my RUIO. And we can go into it and you'll see that I am routing to it. You can also see some cool stuff about these DRZs as well. What's really cool about them is they're 2 in, 2 out. So I can send Dante into it and come out analog, or send analog into it and go in Dante. Or I can just send Dante directly to the speakers. So for example, over here, from transmitting out of the console into, say, speaker 1, I know that Y001, speaker 1 is my left, and I'm going into Dante 1 with it. It's pretty sweet. I'll probably do a super deep dive depending on how much comments I get and questions if you want to see that. We've got some microphones over here and Catchbox. It's the new hotness for leadership meetings. So I'm gonna take a little trip. It's a 10-inch speaker. It's all wood. Analog and Dante. Pretty sick. Right now I have an analog sub. So I was playing around with the little thing, And it turns out that yes, you can go Dante in and analog out. And so coming out at 2, and it goes right into my sub. They also have a whole bunch of menus. I showed this to you on the computer, but like the router, it's got the router. SB is for speakers, so our inputs, where they're going into the speaker. I'm using Dante 1 from the console. It goes into the speaker. And D2 goes to A2, so A2 stands for analog, which goes analog. And then also our output, so if I were to connect something into my analog, I can take it out of the speaker and send it over to D1, or to send it over to the speaker. It's a sweet, nifty little thing. You can save scenes on it, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I've got over here, this one will go to the subs, and my subs are daisy chained. Then on the other side, I'll go from here to my foldback. I'm actually not even running a stage box on this one. What I do have is a really big switch, Ethernet switch, which is really awesome. So I'll show you where my microphones are. My microphones are down here. They're all daisy chained underneath. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is my switch. Again, if you guys are interested, then I can show you what I did schematic wise. I actually sat down and drew it out. I know some of you guys are probably saying, oh, why do you have your microphone under your stage if you're supposed to know RF so well? Well, I've got my antennas remotely placed behind the drape. See? Yep, put them behind the drape, and they're shooting out. That way I can save a whole bunch of space, and now I've got a 6-foot table that takes up like 3 feet, unless you get really junky. But you do have a place to eat food, so that's very important to me. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tour.